What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 3 crypto mining stocks today. We're going to be talking about Bitfarms, Cleanspark, and HUT8. Bitfarms at the request of Music to Motion and Shareful, Cleanspark for Brandon Shepard, HUT8 for Keltinger. And without any further ado, let's get into this. One of these days I'd like to make a video on like all the crypto mining stocks. I just don't have enough time, most of the time. So here you are coming down very, very solid on your RSI to the downside. Not having so much of a lull yet. I bet, with this kind of a pullback, you do see some kind of move up again. I wouldn't say that prices at around $3 or even above there are completely out of the equation yet in the more immediate term time frames, but I do think you have lower to go nonetheless. Again, you could bounce up here and then come back down, form a lower high yet again, right, and then just break down lower. You might not. You might, with this kind of motion, you might be like going straight down, but just bear in mind that could happen. Don't get too excited. Don't feel the FOMO. Don't buy up here. Not financial advice. Do what you want, but I'm not a financial advisor, but do what you want. But anyways, let's see. Looking at this here from low to high, I don't know. You're finding support right now, kind of on a previous area of resistance. Your 382 right there. I wouldn't be surprised if you found support right there. Go a little bit lower and then come back up to about 260. You could go all the way up to that $3 area. As long as you're forming lower highs, I'm not impressed, and you probably will. And then you'll probably go all the way down to your 618, 69, down around $1.40 to $1.54, kind of in line with these lows here. So X marks the spot. I don't know. Probably down lower nonetheless is what. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Is what I'm thinking. Yeah, overbought. Just got out of the overbought zone. I think you've got more to go. This is the same fib I just drew, man. $1.40 to $1.54, somewhere in there. Top to bottom here. $1.96 there. $1.57 there. That's not really too helpful. $1.51 right there. Yeah, I do. I think you're going around $1.50 to $1.40 ultimately. So that'll probably come in the following months. I meant to talk about this yesterday, and I didn't have enough time, but I want to go over it now. And that's the fact that you guys, miners right now, just think about how they operate. Okay, think about the halving. Halving is a very bullish event for Bitcoin, right? For all of crypto. I like to talk about it like this, as far as like fundamentals of economics go, right? Supply and demand. You have supply and demand, right? If you have too high of a supply and not enough demand, it's probably not that valuable. If you have a low supply and moderate demand, it's still going to be more valuable than if you had an even supply and an even demand, right? The lower the supply, the higher the demand, the more valuable it is. So when the halving happens, supply will get cut in half. That's being put into the market day by day. It'll get cut in half. The miners will be making less. They'll be making half. Okay, the demand will still be the same, so ultimately that will gear the price higher, but sometimes we see a lagged effect with this. It doesn't have to be immediately, okay? It just, over time, that's how it'll happen. And that's why the halving's so bullish for Bitcoin, for the price. But for the miners, again, as I was saying, this would mean that they're going to make half the money that they made before. They're going to start pulling in half as much money as they did before. Bitcoin right now, you guys, let's go to Bitcoin before we move on to Cleanspark here, because I feel like I did Bitfarms enough there. Not Bitstamp, come on now. I very much do believe Bitcoin's on its way down to about 35K. 35K, right around there. Maybe a little bit lower than that, but like basically right there. A little bit higher than that. Something like there, yeah. If the miners are making this much right now, not only when the halving comes out are they going to be making half as much because the block rewards get cut in half, they're also going to be making an extra like 20% less than that. So half as much minus 20% of what the price is now. Mining stocks might be, I don't know how that's going to affect their price. I really don't know. I wonder actually. Let me see, Bitfarms. So yeah, May was the halving of the last cycle, right? May 2020. Here we were. It happened sometime around here. You continued to dump afterwards. You actually continued to go down from May until October. June, July, August, September, October, for 5 months, guys. continue to go down. Let's look at CLSK if they have. I think they do have enough historical data. Yeah, they do. May of 2020 was the last halving. May right here. Okay, to be fair, they continued to go up, but they didn't really continue to go up in the immediate term, did they? They actually were stagnant until June. So about stagnant for a month. So the halving might be bullish for Bitcoin, or it might be bullish for other things. Again, I don't think that we're really going to see new highs above 49K for Bitcoin until July or something like that. But I wonder too. Let's go to HUT8 because we're talking about that. HUT May as well started to move down until September, so months after. So CLSK did well for whatever reasons, but I wonder about Marathon. I'm not going to do technical analysis on it. I'm just really comparing it. Same kind of thing. Okay, nice. Moved sideways, just like CLSK. Riot did the same kind of thing. Yeah, it just stalled for a while. It really didn't break out higher until November. Honestly, like you were moving sideways. You had an excitement, and then you sold back. You didn't really move up until like November, so stagnant for a while there. Moved up, and then you came back down, but that's a pretty nice move up. I wouldn't say that's stagnant at all. You were stagnant here, you were stagnant here, but you had some pretty big excitement. But nonetheless, I would expect that the halving will put growth for miners' stock value off for at least a month from what we've seen, if not several months. It could be the end of this year, like the third quarter or the fourth quarter of this year, that mining stocks start to take off again. Yeah, I would say so. Probably third quarter. But not all mining stocks, just some of them, right? Some of them apparently can do their own thing. They all do move more or less in unison, but what's good for Bitcoin tends to be what's good for mining stocks. And if Bitcoin's not moving up, these things, they can move up, but oftentimes they just kind of follow suit with that. So CLSK is the next one that we're talking about here. Bottom to top. I hope I did a good enough explanation of that. I feel like it should be obvious, right? Maybe it's not something we think about because in crypto you think about the halving being such a bullish event, and it is. But these miners, they're making money off of Bitcoin. They're going to pull in half that profit that they normally do. Not only that, but Bitcoin's going to be going down leading into the halving. It's going to be at lower prices than it is now leading into the halving. And I'll make a Bitcoin video maybe sometime today or tomorrow talking about where I think Bitcoin's going to be by the halving. But I definitely think it's going to be lower than it is now. It's at 42K. I definitely think it'll be lower than it is now. But that's not the point of this video. Here we are, 736. You guys, I almost took profits on my Cleanspark option today because I got the put option. I'm up over 100%, which is nice. Good for me. Whatever. I'm not like trying to take a victory lap. I'm more just trying to say I'm like really close to wanting to let this go, but I held off. I held off because I'm looking at this and I see the 382 there, and it's like it's got to hit the 382. And let me show you why. And it doesn't have to, right? It doesn't have to. I really just wanted to take profits off the table because again, I'm up already like a decent bit. You are at previous areas of resistance. I am anticipating some kind of move that'll come back up, form a lower high, and then go lower nonetheless. And I was just thinking maybe I could play a short-term move, but I don't like to do that. I really don't like to do that because you never know. I could take profits here, and then the next day or the next week, it just goes down more. Like it goes down to where I've believed it to go this whole time. So I'm just not going to play the game. If it goes up, it's going to go up without me. It'll probably form a lower high, and then it can come back down, But just patience. Patience is what I'm thinking because, again, I don't think we're going to see new highs on any of these miners until the halving or later, right? Probably a month after the halving, if not later. So I don't think we're going to see new highs regardless. So I'm not in any rush, man. I'm willing to be patient to get more profits and have less taxable events too. But anyways, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. So from that low, from this low here to this high, this first immediate high, you came down to your 786, found support there. Okay, cool, whatever. To the next high, you found support on your 382, moved up higher. Here, again, found support around your like 0.5, whatever. So you found support anywhere from your 382 to your 786. It likes to go low. Here you are right here. Your 382 is the minimum target that you hit. That's all the way down at $6.19. That's more than $1 away from here. That's how much in percentage terms? I'm not going to do the math. I'll just have it do it for me. 16%. Why risk that when you're trying to play smart whenever it absolutely could go here? And likely what happens is you go a little bit below the 382. And you could even go all the way down to your 0.5. We've seen that before too. I doubt you see your 786. I doubt you see your 61869 because I don't think that you're going to break out of this ascending structure. But look at how well that comes in line with this, right? I drew it roughly. You know, it's not a perfectly drawn straight line, but that just below $5 area is definitely a possibility. I will not take profits down here. I will definitely take profits right around here, below the screen line nonetheless, but I'm not going to try to be too greedy with it, right? I definitely, just looking at it, I think that it does want to come back down. But you're right around the 50 on your weekly. You're right around previous areas of resistance here. You support back here. You absolutely could bounce from here. You could see a bounce, maybe not that high, but you know, a regular retracement would take you all the way back up to 1066, 1116. You like your 786, maybe you go to 1185. You know, that's a sizable increase from here. So that was the main reason why I wanted to take profits. But I'm not going to play the game, man. I'm just going to be patient. I have faith in my TA and in the overall like circumstances, atmosphere of the markets. I do think it's going to go lower. And then from this immediate low to the immediate high, your 61869 is below $6 as well. So I do think it's going to happen. You just broke below that 382. You're in your oversold zone here. Like, there's a lot suggesting that you might actually go down more in the immediate term, like tomorrow to close this week out. Tomorrow and the next day, you might go lower. So I'm gonna wait, man. I'm gonna wait to take profits on at around 620. But I will make a video telling you guys whenever I take profits. I will actually post on x.com if you want to follow me at Chris Harris 85, the number 85, at Chris Harris 85. I'll just show you. I don't have a blue check mark, but this is me right here. 1342 posts, that's me. I will make a post whenever I sell. I do anytime that I sell or that I buy. I make a post because I can't always make videos, so I will make a post if and when that happens. But anyways, that's Cleanspark. Probably goes down. I'm anticipating some kind of bounce. I can be wrong on that. Absolutely I can. I'm just going off of what we've seen historically, but it doesn't need to happen. Absolutely we could go all the way down here and then fizzle out without any kind of bounce, and then we get our next bounce like sometime, maybe not like that. I don't know, man. I don't think we're going to see new highs until after the halving, so personally. But let's see. Let's actually see. Maybe we do. I don't know, man. Let's see. That was a low. We didn't break this high until 19 weeks later. What's 19 weeks from here? You know, that's May. I mean, that is after the halving, to be fair. Hey. Low there at 11 weeks. 11 weeks, just for like rough reference. That'd be in March. I could see that happening. I'd kind of expect this low to happen sometime in February, though. But anyways, that's Cleanspark. I hope that helps. I can absolutely be wrong, guys, so don't hold everything I say to a T. It's just an idea, and it's definitely my opinions, and I'm trading based off of those personally. I'm not really, I guess I am trading Cleanspark, but I also invest in it, and I'm holding a lot of I'm holding stocks for the long term as well in that. Enough about me though. Low to high, finding resistance on your 236, looking like you want to go to your 618. You probably go lower, absolutely. A lot of volume here for a lower high, rejecting off your green. I don't like that, man. I would bet that you do come all the way back down to this area where you found support before. You probably come down to 635. Here you are at 928 right now. You probably go lower, yeah. Yep, lower. Looking like you're showing weakness right here, like some weakness that you haven't seen in a while. This is generally, you know, looking at this too. You have this like ascending trend line that you broke out of. You definitely broke out of it, so you're probably going to see the strength of this move to the downside coming in over the next like couple days to couple weeks, honestly. And then I don't expect it to be too bullish. I don't expect you to bounce. You know, still again probably around sometime after the halving before you get like really bullish again. If Bitcoin starts moving up, you might see some price action go up, but I don't know if you're going to get above this high, personally. But that's HUT8. That's the video, man. If you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. I'm happy to answer them. But none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so take care. Bye-bye.